Hello everyone and welcome to Dinner with Friends. This is a talk show and a cooking show. It's kind of like a hybrid. Now basically, I love food. I love everything food. I love cooking food, I love eating food. And if you're like me, you love doing those things too. But when you watch a cooking show, you don't want to spend a half an hour watching something. You want something fast and to the point, and that's what the show is. So the first half of the show, basically the first 5 to 15 minutes, we're going to learn how to make a great dish. We have Crock-Pot citrus chicken, we have ranch potatoes, and we have rainbow carrots covered in cinnamon and sugar in a butter glaze. That sounds great. And my guest, even better, David Allen Prescott. This is a writer, a director, an actor, a set designer, a butcher, a baker, and probably a candlestick maker. This guy is the toast of the theater community in Massachusetts. He has over a dozen awards, and he is my guest, and he is a very dear and lifelong friend. And I can't wait to see what he has in store for us. So, let's start cooking, shall we? All right. Okay, our first dish is Crock-Pot citrus chicken. Now, this is so easy. It's basically just, you know what? Let's walk through it. You're gonna take 3 tablespoons of marmalade. Look at me go. A cup and a half of chicken stock. Okay, go with low sodium. You're gonna add your 4 chicken breasts. It doesn't matter what order, top to bottom, left to right. You can do whatever you want. Sprinkle in pepper. Add in the salt. 2 cloves of minced garlic. Now, they never tell you this, but 2 cloves of minced garlic is just 2 tablespoons. Ooh, my favorite part, rosemary. You're gonna go with 4 sprigs. Now you're gonna take a whole lemon, cut it into little slices, and cover it. You're gonna set it on high for 5 hours, and then you walk away. Set it and forget it. Look at it. That is beautiful. So you're just gonna boil that in a pot for about 25 minutes. Add butter, and this is a combination of brown sugar and cinnamon, and just mix it. Add in your carrots, and just stir until it's basically glazed all over. So you're gonna take 8 whole potatoes, basically first in half, and then in quarters, and then you're gonna make little slices like that. Your hands aren't going to be going that fast. So do that about 8 times. In a plastic bag, it has to be basically a closable bag like this. You're going to put in all your potatoes. 2 packets worth of powdered ranch, and shake it up really good. Look how fast I go. So add in 3/4 cup of olive oil, and then mix it up again, and then put it into a casserole dish. Put that in the oven for 45 minutes at 425 degrees, and shazam, that's what you got. So my guest and lifelong friend, David Allen Prescott, is here, and David, I have made a smorgasbord of food.
I'll help.
Oh, thank you.
There you are.
And I'm just gonna, like, now I'm like, what do I do? I'm just gonna throw it off camera.
There you go.
Yeah.
The magic of television.
Yes. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for asking.
For a second, I looked really fast. I'm like, when did I pour you chocolate milk?
My favorite chocolate milk, the clear one.
Like when they made Crystal Pepsi?
Or the purple ketchup.
Oh, that stuff was so gross. Didn't they have a green one?
They did green and purple?
Yeah, the green was for Shrek. They made a Shrek one.
Was it?
Yeah.
What was the purple for?
The Grimace. No, I'm just kidding.
Grimace, right.
So, whenever you are ready, you can just start digging in. We have ranch potatoes, candied rainbow-colored carrots
Oh.
from organic grocery store that I can't say their name because we don't have licensing around.
Fancy organic grocery store.
Yes, it's a big chain that people like.
I have no clue what you could possibly be talking about. Oh, these look wonderful.
Yeah, they're covered in cinnamon and sugar and butter.
And purple ketchup.
Purple ketchup.
I like the addition of the purple ketchup.
So you and I met in college when we were both doing Rocky Horror Picture Show.
We did.
Yes. And then, what else did we do? We did a lot of theater together.
We did a bunch of theater together, but we also just hung out all the time in between, so it's like hard to remember when we were doing a show and when we
Right, and now we're adults and we hardly see each other because
It's true.
We're grown-ups.
Yeah.
Don't age, kids.
No, don't grow up.
It's terrible.
Worst thing in the world. It is.
Yeah, live off your parents. They'll love that.
Right. We did the show you wrote.
Yeah, scenes from Waiting Room. Yep. And that was basically, I wasn't going to do that show unless I could have you and me in it. And you were doing, I think, Mousetrap or a different
Could have
show.
been Mousetrap. I was doing something else.
And you couldn't make two of the shows, so I was like, okay, I'll cast it with David for this role and then someone else to play the role. And the other person did a great job, but I'm like, I just want David to do it.
Oh.
And yeah, and I did Harvey for you.
You did. Was
Yeah.
that in between that? I think that's the.
That was after.
Was it really?
That was after.
And that was great.
was-
That was wonderful.
Yeah. Because originally I'm like, I want to play Elwood, and you're like, you're too young.
You're too young. You're too young. And we found Phil, who's like a real life Elwood, and still is just the saddest, sweetest guy
sweetest
in the
man.
world. So sweet. No, but my favorite part about Scenes from a Waiting Room is how we both showed up in what we intended to wear in the show, and we wore the same hoodie. Do you remember that?
Oh my god, yeah.
The same hoodie. So we did it in the show.
Yeah, and we're like, oh, well, one of us has to change.
Right. So we just didn't. This
Yeah.
is lovely, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
This is wonderful. I don't know. See, I don't know if I've ever had anything else with rosemary.
Rosemary's my favorite herb.
I don't know that I've ever really had anything rosemary, but it's delicious.
If you've had pasta sauce, like authentic Italian pasta sauce, there's a ton of rosemary in it.
My wife doesn't cook things like that. So, if by authentic pasta sauce you mean like somebody poured it out of a jar themselves, then yes, I have.
Mama Prego.
Right.
I'm gonna probably have to beat that. So they're probably thinking that I'm like swearing.
What? My mother's pregnant. What? That's what that means, right?
So yeah.
Oh, these potatoes are fantastic.
It's like my favorite thing. Anytime I have to make a side dish, all you do is you take like any name brand or no name brand like ranch powder packet and olive oil and four
Like
of
the
these.
person
Yeah, like Shelley Duvall. Shelley Duvall.
comes in and helps you.
She's not doing anything anymore.
No. Is she alive?
Yes, she is.
Okay.
Terry Garr is the one who's very sick.
Oh, is she really?
Yeah, she's got MS.
didn't know that.
Yes, that's very sad.
That's very sad.
Yeah, no more roll, Lindsay Hay.
Yeah, what are they going to do for Young Frankenstein 2?
Well, the funny thing is at Mel Brooks's 75th like anniversary of Young Frankenstein, it's probably only like 50. I'm exaggerating. But Terry Garr showed up and she was very sick and she was in a wheelchair. Gene Wilder, healthy as a horse, 96 years old, didn't show up.
Didn't show up?
Didn't show up.
And he lives in like Connecticut, right?
Yeah, he lives in Connecticut, and this was in New York. It wasn't like it was in Hollywood.
Yeah.
It was at like the Gramercy Theater.
What is he even doing?
Apparently, I know someone who lives in Connecticut. All he does is play golf and paints. Kind of like, do you remember?
George Bush.
Yes. Gene Wilder and George Bush are the same person. So for 8 years, George Bush ran our country, but it was really Gene
It
Wilder.
was really Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
He just got a haircut.
I did.
And then we all believed it. What? You got a haircut too?
Oh, I thought that's what you were pointing out.
No! Your hair is beautiful.
Thank you.
It's very lovely.
I was going to be on TV, and I just realized I needed to get my hair cut.
Yeah.
So what else is new? You mounted Wizard of Oz twice.
I did. I mounted Wizard of Oz for the second time 2 years ago now. It'll be 2 years in October.
And one of my childhood friends was in it, Kelly Papora.
Right.
Yep.
She was wonderful.
She's the best.
She came we needed a really good dancer, and she came recommended to us, and I just cast her.
I knew you would like her because she played Hope in Urinetown.
Right.
Yep.
I love Urinetown. Yeah. I'm all done directing The Wizard of Oz now. It is rife with complications.
Have you moved on to anything else?
Right now, my theater company that I started in Leominster, the Orchard Theater Company, that was a plug. We are doing...
Should I have a little logo underneath?
Yeah, put a little bar underneath with the website. We're doing a fundraiser of a show that I did years ago while we were in high school, I think.
Oh, Miss Gulch.
In college, I mean. Miss Gulch Returns.
Yes.
That's going to be our 2015 fundraiser, and then we're doing The Bad Seed in the fall.
Oh.
Yeah. Nice.
You mean
nice
The
classic
Orphan?
1950,
Well,
horror.
Didn't they adapt that into The Orphan? The Bad Seed became The Orphan.
The Orphan, Guillermo del Toro's The Orphan?
That's The Orphanage.
Right.
There was that really bad movie, The Orphan.
I didn't see that.
It was basically a girl who was never adopted. She was in an orphanage. This family comes along and takes her in, and then you find out that she's basically a 50-year-old woman who's just a dwarf.
A dwarf?
That's basically the twist in the movie.
Oh, she's just a tiny old woman.
You guys are mad at me for giving that away. You had like 5 or 6 years to see that movie.
Yeah. Well, there are no tiny old women in The Bad Seed. But it's pretty disturbing for the time period that it came out of. It's very... Little girl kills a kid because he got a penmanship medal and she didn't.
Jeez.
Then she kills a whole bunch of other people. And the end is really... I'm going to ruin the end of another movie. Her mother gives her sleeping pills to kill her and then goes and shoots herself in the head. So the neighbors hear the gunshot and come and save the little girl. So she wins again. You can still come see the show, though. That didn't ruin anything. It's very tense and very crazy.
We should just have you here do like a one-man show of it.
Right.
Playing all the characters.
That's what I'm going to do.
Seriously?
No. No. I'm directing it.
One of our mutual friends, Matt Sinclair, wants to stage There Will Be Blood.
Right, you said that.
Yeah, and he wants you to play Paul Dano's character.
Which I would love.
And he wants me to play Daniel Day-Lewis, which I love to do it, but it's kind of impossible because, like, I want to do it really bad. I would love to act with you again, but it would be terrifying. It would be absolutely terrifying to play that role.
It's really heavy material. It's really...
I think I can do it. Oh, you helped out on Baltimore Waltz.
I did.
Yes, you designed the set, but weren't you secretly, like, helping Meg co-direct it? Kind of.
No, I wish that were the case. No, I don't think we'd have a man in a giant rabbit costume if I was helping her co-direct it.
Yeah, that was very hard when I was supposed to be dying on stage, and there was a 6-foot-tall rabbit.
Right. It was Harvey all over again.
But everyone saw Harvey this time.
Right, yeah.
That's not what you want.
No, that was very strange. That was an odd choice.
You are the first of our friends to become a parent.
Yeah, I am. Which is strangely surprising, I think, to a lot of people. Yeah. And immediately, too, because my wife had a child when we got together. So I had a stepson right away.
Is it easy being a dad? Is it easy being a parent?
I like to say that it's easier than you think it's going to be, and it's harder than you think it's going to be. It's both. It really is, and it's really sort of hard to explain. But it just is very different. Everything is very different. I drive the speed limit now. That's the biggest thing that I've noticed is like when I'm on the highway, I can't believe that there was ever a time that I went 80 on the highway. I think that's insane. I don't know how I did it. I get to like 70 and I feel like I'm gonna die.
Do you like honk the horn when someone speeds by you and you're like, there are children in here?
I don't go that far. I'm not there yet. But I do say all those things that you like don't think you're really ever gonna say. Like why can't I go do that? So and so can do that. And I said, well, I'm not so and so's dad, I'm your dad, and you're not gonna do it. Those kinds of things. Like if so and so jumps off a bridge, are you gonna do it?
Were you like freaked out when you said that for the first time? You're like, well, he's not your dad, I am. Who's saying
Who is this? No, it was more like, he's not your dad, I am. I'm your dad? Why? Why is this the truth? What's happened to my life? No, that's not true. No. Sometimes you feel like that. But the other thing is, like, all those people you see in the mall who are like, you need to shut up right now. And you're like, what a horrible person. Why do they even have children? And then you have children and you realize that those people are you. You are those people.
You, sir, are justified.
Right. You just never... But then you still go out in public and you still see those people and you still go, we are not like that at all. And then you get home and you're like, just shut up already, all right? And it just seems normal to you. It just is very strange.
Has this like impacted your like theater life at all, or?
It has. In general, I've sort of been a lot more picky and choosy about the projects I do. I mean, when you and I were in college, I was doing like 5 shows at a time.
Yeah, it was crazy. And you were getting nominated for like everything.
I was getting nominations, yeah.
How many awards did you actually have?
One.
At the beginning of the show, I said you had a dozen.
Oh, so then you must be right. Never mind.
But you have over like a dozen nominations. You have a ton of nominations.
I don't even know how many nominations I have. I mean, most of the nominations are for DASH, for the Eastern Massachusetts Association of Community Theater, their awards that they give out every year. I have a few for design and a few for shows I've been in, which is nice, but always the bridesmaid, never the bride with that one. I've never won.
Hey, I've been nominated for a ton of stuff. For like...
And it's an honor just to be nominated. You know, that what everybody says, which is not true. Yeah, but it's, it's not about that. It's about, being proud of what you did, and I definitely believe that. But yeah, so I pick my projects a little more sparingly these days, and sort of only do it if I have to do it. Like if it's a part that I need to play, or if it's a show that I really need to be involved with, then I'll do it. But I've become a lot better about saying no, which is good, because I was never good at saying no.
Hey, David, want to be in the show? Sure.
Yeah. What's it about? I don't care. I'll do it.
One of the highest compliments I could give someone is saying that they remind me of like one of my 2 favorite actors, which is either Paul Newman, John Lithgow,
or Pauly Shore.
John Lithgow and Kevin Kline. And the way you act, your style has always reminded me of John Lithgow. And you played him. You played the role he originated.
I did in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. And it's really weird because I've never seen that. Like that I
the movie
remind people of John Lithgow. No, I've seen the movie, loved the movie. But it's funny because I did this show, Fox on the Fairway, which is a show by Ken Ludwig, who did Lend Me a Tenor, and I played this character who was supposed to be middle-aged, and I got called in to do it, and people kept saying, you just remind me so much of John Lithgow. It's like you're channeling him in this role. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then I got cast in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
And you were like, oh.
Right. Oh, I guess I see what people are saying. And I see that.
Yeah, but did you go out for that role, or did you go out for Freddie?
I did. That was the only part I wanted. Freddie, as I did the show, I fell more in love with the role of Freddie. Not so much in love. I liked the role of Freddie more. But I wanted the John Lithgow role. That was the role that the songs, the music for that character was the music I liked. The first song I heard from that show was The More We Dance. And he's in his German accent, and it's just hysterical. And I loved that song. And so when they said they were doing that show, I was like, I'd really only want to audition if I was going to play that part, and I'm way too young for it, so I'm just not really going to do it.
And then they said you got the part, and you were like, what?
Right, and it was great. It was wonderful because the guy who played Freddie was just so much fun, and the two of us just respected each other so much and had a great time. And it was wonderful. It was just great. And I couldn't play it the way that John Lithgow did because I couldn't sing it the way that he sang it, because he didn't really sing. It was like this, it was this type of singing that didn't fit my voice. And the music is this type of music that I'm not used to singing.
Was it like that Rex Harrison talking?
Kinda, sorta, a little bit. He did more singing than Rex Harrison, which was good. But the music was really sort of jazzy, and he did a lot of really clipped notes and a lot of, and I wasn't able to pull that off. And so...
Is that why you're doing Third Rock from the Sun, the musical, next?
It is. That is why. It is. I'm very excited about that one.
Which is weird. In college, we watched a marathon of Third Rock from the Sun. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was like one night after like Rocky Horror, and Matt had us all over in his dorm room, and we watched like 6 hours of Third Rock
from the Sun. I love it.
It's such a good show.
It's a wonderful show.
And it ages really well. I watched it recently. It still holds up.
And Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
Before anybody knew him, when he looked like a girl.
Yes.
When he was secretly a small midget woman.
Yeah.
Posing as an orphan.
Did you see his SNL monologue from the first time he hosted? He's like, yeah, it's good to be back at NBC. I started out on Third Rock from the Sun, and they bring up a picture, and he's like, oh, I was such a cute little girl. So he acknowledges it, too.
Right.
Yeah.
He looked like a little kid Jared Leto.
Jared Leto.
Yeah. The world is upset with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, things aren't going so good for him.
Did you hear he's method acting for Joker?
I did.
That's not good.
Did you learn nothing?
Yeah.
Did you learn nothing? Jack Nicholson has to give him a phone call. Because remember, after Heath Ledger died, and Jack Nicholson was like, I could have told him. I could have told him it was going to ruin his life.
Don't do it.
Jack Nicholson's the only one who survived.
I think it's because he's like immortal.
Right. I think that Jack Nicholson has much darker things in his soul than whatever the Joker could ever be.
One of the most proudest moments I've ever been a part of, you were there for. When I won
Your birth.
Yes, you were there. You were the doctor.
It was beautiful. I caught the afterbirth, the placenta. That was me.
It was when I won for White Thunder Chocolate Cake, when I won actor and director, and I was so glad you were there. It was like The Miracle on Ice. I was like Michael Ruzioni.
Right.
You were like my dad. You put the American flag over me, and we all held one finger up.
It was really great.
No, but you were there, and like I was very nervous. I'm like, I don't think this movie's very good. And you're like,
it was hysterical.
Yeah.
It was great.
Well, I only thought that because like there was the group that made that drama about like global warming and everyone dying, and then the people who made like the French film with actual subtitles, and
then there was that weird movie where blood was coming out of the walls. Do you remember that weird movie?
I do.
That was really very
What was it called?
I don't know, but that's all I remember is that strange movie with the blood.
I remember there was this weird western, which the only reason why it was a western is they were wearing the tiniest cowboy hats. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
Sam Demambi was in it.
Oh, I do remember.
Yeah, everyone was wearing very tiny cowboy hats and pulling guns on each other. Right. And I guess that's what they thought a western was.
Where did they film it?
They filmed it at, what's that bar that like is closed down in Fitchburg? The one right across from Dunkin' Donuts.
There's a bar across from
Dunkin' Donuts? There was. Like, so when you enter to Fitchburg, there's the Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah. And you're going down Pearl Street.
Right.
There's a bar right across from that Dunkin' Donuts, and there's a hot dog stand next to it.
Oh, right.
That's where they.
Is that even still there?
No.
No, it's gone now. They're putting a CVS there.
They are?
They are.
So what once was a promising hot dog stand is now a CVS.
CVS. Another CVS.
Yeah, so you were there, and it was. For some reason, it just felt right to win the award and to have... You were there, Felipe was there.
Right.
Felipe gave it to me.
Yeah.
And you were there when I won Best Picture, and it was crazy. And I was like, was like, what do I do now? And you just turned to me and you said, don't get cocky.
Don't get cocky, Scott. And then you did. And then it was all just downhill from there.
And then I started hanging out with Shia LaBeouf.
Right. And you were putting paper bags over your head and making movies about nymphomaniacs. It was just terrible.
Do you think it's like he said every actor says that fame gets to you, and like acting really messes with your brain.
Right.
I've been acting for years. You've been acting for years.
Yes.
I've never seen it like that. I've never seen doing like performances in movies. It's never been like that.
Right. Yeah. It just really... And I'm not one of those people who practices all of the methods that are like, don't let the emotion get to you and don't let the material actually touch you and blah, 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 because I don't believe in that. I believe in organic acting where you do let the material get to you and you do. But it's, it's like that old... There's this old theater story about the guy who played Othello and really killed the actress playing Desdemona. And it's just like, no, that dude was crazy to begin with. Come on, there was something wrong with that dude. There was something wrong. And Shia, it's just like, how many... For every crazy actor that is crazy, there are like at least a dozen other actors who are not. And so it becomes hard to say, well, it's just the fame that got to me. I mean, I guess... if it was the money or the drugs or something crazy like that, but I can't imagine that it's just the acting that does it, I mean, I'm just a small-town community theater actor. I'm just a small-town chicken lawyer, or pizza lawyer.
It was Chicken Lawyer.
Was it Chicken Lawyer?
Yep.
No,
Futurama?
No, it was Pizza Lawyer. There is the Chicken Lawyer in Futurama, but there's a commercial now with the small-town pizza lawyer for that bacon pizza.
I want to eat that pizza so bad, but I know the second I do, my heart will explode.
Right. I want to like make that pizza myself and eat it. I don't want to eat it from there.
I love that chain that we can't say.
Is it
Tiny Nero's?
Right, yes, correct. I do too.
But I just feel like your heart would become like, when you're done making bacon, you pour grease into a can. Right. Your heart would become that can. Because it's not just a pound of bacon. It's a pound of bacon around the pizza, and then it's another pound in the bacon.
And then whatever else is in the pizza to begin with.
Pepperoni, cheese, and like...
Oh my God. Yeah, no, it's not. That's not a good thing.
I'm sure it goes good with crazy bread.
I'm sure it does. Yeah, but Shia LaBeouf.
Shia.
It's just very sad because, we were all so looking forward to him becoming Indiana Jones that...
You can't even say that with a straight face.
It's just sad that his career has derailed and now
it's going to be Chris Pratt as Indiana Jones.
I know, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
It's going to be so good.
That's why I'm excited about Jurassic Park, or Jurassic World.
So this is what happened. Clearly, some disgruntled fan, maybe even a Mr. Scott Kurland, this is my new theory, went into Shia LaBeouf's bedroom and put on some crazy talk CD tape on Shia LaBeouf's head while he was sleeping and drove him insane so that he wouldn't be able to be Indiana Jones.
I'm just a small town film critic. Did you enjoy the food?
I did, it was delicious.
Thank you. I love anything with a crock-pot.
Yes.
I adore.
My wife did this thing where they give you this huge laundry list of supplies, and she went and it was $100 for all the groceries, and it was 20 freezer meals. And you spend a whole day cooking, and you put them all in bags, and you freeze them, and then you just put the bag in the crock pot.
Really?
Yeah. It was really cool.
Can she send me that?
Yeah. No, crock-pot's wonderful.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to do anything.
My favorite thing about any meat in a crock pot is how it just comes apart.
It does.
It's the best thing.
Pulled pork in the crock pot is so good.
It is. We have a recipe for balsamic pork, which instead of it being barbecue sauce, it's just basically balsamic vinaigrette and honey and all of these.
Oh, nice.
It's weird stuff that shouldn't be there, like Worcestershire sauce and crushed red peppers.
Oh.
It's really good, but then we get recipes like I made short ribs once.
Yeah.
And they smell amazing. But no one tells you can eat one short rib and you're fine. But if you eat like 2 or 3, you get so sick because they're so fatty.
Oh.
Yeah, they look amazing, but it's like that Bermuda Triangle of food.
Right.
It's like, yes, I am delicious, but you're gonna get so sick.
You can only eat one. Just try. Yeah, no, that's horrible.
It's like they should make a Stephen King book just based
short ribs.
about short ribs.
Where he is in his career right now, I'm
I
sure that would be
wouldn't
right
be
up his alley. You know, because they're remaking it.
I hate that book. I hate that movie.
Do you really?
I hate clowns.
Oh, like you hate it because you're scared of it, not like you hate it because it's bad.
Oh no, it's a good movie,
Right.
but it terrifies me because I hate clowns.
Right.
I mean, did I ever tell you the story when I was like 6 years old? My dad hired a clown. My mom knew I was terrified of clowns.
Yeah.
Dad was in charge of entertainment. She said, hire, like, there was like a Ghostbusters impersonator or like a Ninja Turtle, and he
You've been the coolest kid in the world.
Yeah, he hires a clown. So basically, and it was the Prince Pizza clown. Prince Pizza and Peabody.
Oh my
they had a
God.
clown. So he would come in, he had like a giant stack of pizzas, and I punched him in the face.
Oh my God.
He's like, happy birthday! I was like, ah! And I just like decked him.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Do you remember Bozo the Clown was a huge thing when we were kids?
Yeah.
Oh God.
That would have terrified me.
He was really creepy looking.
Like this poor guy at the pizza place wasn't, basically he had a Tom Waits haircut with like rainbow dye in his hair and like paint that was clearly coming off, and he looked so sad, and I probably destroyed it. He was probably like I hate my job, I entertain kids, deliver pizza, today better get better, and then I punch him in the face. Last thing before I let you go
yes.
is of all the shows we've done, everyone we've worked with,
Yes.
what has been your favorite thing to do?
That both of us have worked on, or that just me in general?
Either or. You can suck up to me right now or not. You can break my heart and kill me. Look what you're doing to me, David.
I think so I've got two.
Okay.
So the runner stumbles, which you were around for.
I was supposed to be in that.
I know.
I couldn't.
I know.
I was making movies.
I wish you could have.
I was supposed
It would have
to.
been much nicer if you could have. You were supposed to play the part that he originally wanted me to play. I wanted the part that I got. And he said that I couldn't play it, that he didn't think I could do it, and he didn't want me to play it. He wanted me to play the lawyer, and I was like, I don't want that part. That's not what I want. And so...
Which lawyer are you thinking of? The one that Jill played?
No.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to play the Bo Bridges role.
Right.
Because that's who played him in the movie, Bo Bridges.
But it was just such a serious show. It was just such a heavy show it was a big challenge, which was really nice for me. And then, like, my favorite thing I've ever done that'll always be great is Man and Chair and Drowsy Chaperone, which is it's just me. It's just that part is just me. So I just got to go on stage and be myself for an hour and a half, and then people clapped at the end of it. So
And
that
they
was
gave
cool.
you a big bag of money.
Right. Didn't give me any money at all.
Wouldn't it be great for like any job you have that all they do for payment, instead of writing you a check, is they give you like a comically huge bag with a dollar sign, like a Scrooge McDuck.
I would love that.
That's how I want to get paid.
In all singles, in a bag.
I want gold coins.
Ooh, gold coins.
Yeah,
You have to, like,
I told you, Scrooge McDuck. I want like DuckTales. We've reached the end. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
And you are welcome back anytime to the dinner table.
Thank you so much.
All right. So, next week, we don't have anything planned because this is a monthly show. So, yeah, I got you there, didn't I? So, we'll see you next time.